am Angela Sharp.
And I am Colin Curry.
And welcome to the Daily Mix. If you don't know what the Daily Mix is about, we're going to tell you everything that's going on in and around St. Louis, keep you up to date on what's going on. How's your week been?
My week was cool. It's kind of lax, kind of real chill, lax. Kicking with some friends.
That's good. That's nice. You know, something I noticed on the way here actually is they have, how they have one of those speed signs. It's like, you're supposed to be driving 35 miles per hour and it tells you how fast you're going.
No, I don't really.
Okay, all right. Well, there's one on the way here. Here to Forest Park. There's one on the way here.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to go 35, and I was watching the cars in front of me.
Yeah.
37, 38, 32.
The one that changes.
This
yeah,
one,
the
when I
electronic.
went by it, it just said slow. And I know I wasn't going slow. I think they wanted me to slow down. But it's deceiving because it's like, I actually kind of thought maybe I was going slow.
It didn't say down?
It didn't say down, it just said slow. But I knew I wasn't going
Probably
slow.
we're driving slow.
No,
Before
I'm a fast
the show
driver.
today, Angela told me that she still uses a checkbook and
It's
a
true.
book to mark her finances. No online banking.
I hate online banking.
No, you probably still Stone Age driver.
I'm a really great fast driver.
Stone Age driver still.
Anyway, moving right along on other things. Have you seen this? The jumpsuit is a trend for, it's now for men. Andy Cohen, the host of Bravo's Watch What Happens Live, he's a huge fan of this.
Yeah.
And there's a designer that says the jumpsuit is one of his best sellers. Now, Good Morning America went and asked people on the street what they thought, and most people were opposed to the jumpsuit. As you can see, they're right there on your screen. It's very mechanic-like, if you ask me.
Bro, what's up with
Well, there's a jumpsuit suit. Oh,
weird.
Say that 3 times fast.
Jumpsuit suit. The short sleeve one earlier looked all right. The sleeveless one looks kind of
Weird. Would you
Very weird.
wear a jumpsuit?
If I was like in concert or something, like, it's kinda,
Maybe you would do it?
Yeah, the short sleeve one's kind of cool.
Because we're both dressed to go somewhere.
Just not the same place.
Right. We're obviously not going together anywhere after the show, but so you're telling me on the show you would never wear a jumpsuit?
Would I wear a jumpsuit for the show?
For the show, would
Yes, I definitely would. I definitely would wear a jumpsuit.
Colin will wear your
I would
jumpsuit
definitely wear
on
a
the
jumpsuit
show,
on the show.
paint it.
The short
design it.
sleeve one though, with the belt that the guy had on.
Oh,
on
no,
the
now you're
first
being
one.
very particular.
The short sleeve one with any other ones I look like. I don't want to look like I'm doing construction.
I gotta tell you, unless you're famous or like super awesome,
That's
and I see you out and you're a guy wearing a jumpsuit, I'm gonna walk.
So I'm awesome, so.
Well, you are awesome, that's true.
There we go. SpongeBob, guys, is coming to like Broadway. It's a Broadway SpongeBob show, which is great. Did you watch SpongeBob?
No pants.
You never watched SpongeBob?
I mean, I've seen it a couple times, yeah.
So what? That's crazy. Why would I watch SpongeBob like 3 or 4 years straight? Honestly. So world premiere.
So you're stoked
at
about this thing.
Chicago's Oriental Theater. The performance was on June 7th through July 3rd, 2016. A lot of big name musicians actually playing the characters in this SpongeBob production. We got Aerosmith, Jonathan Colton, Dirty Projectors, The Flaming Lips, John Legend, who is my man. I wonder who's gonna play though, and it's gonna be a musical type.
They're writing music for the musical, I believe, which is concerning because one of them is Lady Antebellum, and they're gonna that's a country. I know you don't know, it's country. They're taking a break. My worry is their last song they're ever gonna write is gonna be for SpongeBob.
Country guys.
Is that you being country?
That's the most country I got right now.
That's it. We're country now.
That's a good
Oh
song.
my God.
That's a good
What's your
song.
story?
That's a good song. It's really good. Actually, the Nickelodeon said that the only way they would allow SpongeBob to be actually a production is they went all out with it. So apparently in this production, SpongeBob going to run for president. I think I read somewhere. So it's going to be really, really cool and out of the box. A lot of unexpected heroes and pure theatrical invention. It is produced by Nickelodeon, and just so you know, SpongeBob premiered July 1999. So SpongeBob had a pretty good run.
I had a really long run. It's really
that's
cool.
16 years.
And I guess the only way you can do it is with big name acts. I just find it odd.
Did you know that SpongeBob's actually produced in like a whole bunch of languages? I think SpongeBob plays like everywhere.
Kids love that show.
Everywhere. That's crazy. Is that normal? Is that normal stuff? For
I
like
think
regular
cartoons.
shows?
I think cartoonies.
I don't know.
I
think SpongeBob is one of the most awesome cartoon
I'll get
shows.
my little books out.
So you can
I'll read about it.
Pens, not mechanical pencil, just number 2, the fat ones, like the fat weird ones.
I'll research it.
And erase them when you're done. Nope. That's so
All right,
weird.
let's get started on today's Daily Mix.
Leave it.
Come back. I am pretty excited about this. Tim Hortons. When I went to Vancouver, a friend and I went to Vancouver, and we discovered the Tim Hortons, coffee, donuts, you know, all that kind of good stuff. Fell in love with it. Every morning in Vancouver, I had a hot chocolate from there. My friend had some coffee. When we got back, he went online and ordered it so it would come to the house. Well, you know, now there's one open in Maplewood. Of course, the St. Louis Blues have Tim Hortons in the Scott Trade Center, which is cool.
You gotta relate everything to the Blues,
I
don't you?
I live in,
You live in Blues land.
Yeah, I do. I live in Blues.
That's right.
Anyway, now Tim Hortons is announced a brand new restaurant location in Midtown. It's going to be on the corner of Clayton Road and Boyle Avenue at the BJC building, Commons building. It's going to be about 3,000 square feet. It's going to have seating for probably about 100 people, employ about 50 of them. And of course, it's, you know, the coffee and all the comfortable seatings. They're going to have fireplaces, the outdoor patio.
Sounds
and,
cool.
And you know what they offer, their breakfast and menu and lunch foods and coffees. And the most important part, hot chocolate.
Do you go to places like that to like study and
I don't.
stuff?
I don't, but if I was going to go somewhere, I would go to Tim Hortons because they have the best hot chocolate ever. They're gonna have some catering options, you know, with delivery, and they're gonna open in October. So if you want information, maybe you want to apply for a job there, timhortonsstl.com. We were talking about how you need to. It was right at you.
Now the world knows this is my only job.
If you have a job for college.
Juice Masters may have a job for me. I actually just heard about this a little while before I came here. Juice Masters, they provide tasty, convenient, and nutritious fresh juices and smoothies in an eco-friendly manner. They work with local farmers to get the freshest seasonal items and sustainable products. They'll be in Tower Grove's Farmers Market every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. You can follow them on Facebook and Twitter and find out where they'll be, or visit juicemastersstl.com. And actually, the paint on the side of that truck is pretty awesome too.
The paint is it's very eye-catching. I really like it. And
right.
I mean, if you're gonna drink something juicy, I would want to drink something that's so like bright and happy.
I hope they're sweet and I like really veggie-ish. One time I tried to, I was at my dad's house and I tried to, there we go. If you want to look up Juice Masters on Twitter, they're at Juice Masters, on Facebook, Juice Masters STL. I was at my dad's house though, and I tried a V8 Splash. I don't know if you ever had a V8 Splash.
No, I haven't had it. You didn't like it?
It was, I don't know if I can.
No ringing endorsements.
I was expecting it to be like a sugary drink, like a slushy smoothie, but it was real vegetable juice. It was real vegetable. It blew my mind. I was so confused.
Well, you're good at knowing what's good on food. You might be interested in this. The RFT is seeking food bloggers and nightlife columnists. The Riverfront Times is looking for these kind of people to do like the freelance kind of food writing. So if you're like into, maybe you're one of those people that takes pictures of your food and shows it to people and nobody cares. Now somebody would actually care.
What if I was that guy?
Well, and then I'm sorry, I feel like those people need to go find another hobby. Unless you're doing it for the Riverfront Times. They said no experience. You don't need any journalism experience. You just need to be witty and have an eye for detail. Now, you still have to be available to contribute about once a week and be okay with their freelance rates. If this sounds like something you want to do, this is really cool, you can email Sarah Fensky at riverfronttimes.com. Her information is on your screen right now. They would love it if you add in some samples of maybe your photography or maybe published work. And unfortunately, if you're doing PR for any restaurants or bars, you can't do this because obviously you would say your place is the best, and they don't want that.
Right.
They want their honest opinion.
Gotcha. Another food news. Dinner Lab, which is very, very cool too. It's a private dining club in St. Louis. Other food-crazed cities also have this dining club as well. It's been in St. Louis about a year now. Its idea is to give chefs a chance to prepare food.
I can't believe it's been here in a year, and this is the first I'm hearing about it.
First, but are you like a foodie, serious
no, but this is really cool.
Foodie like
this
that?
is still really cool.
It's really for cooks and servers and guests who most likely would appreciate food. You really have to be a real foodie for this. They primarily select cooks, ranks number 2 and 3 in restaurant hierarchies, and giving them a chance to shine at least for one night. About half of the staff in the kitchen is local, and the other half is part of a national pool that goes to all the Dinner Lab cities, and diners rate each course, giving chefs instant feedback and information they can use at the regular restaurants. About a year in St. Louis now, and Dinner Lab hopes to establish a home base in Florissant, Missouri to serve the entire St. Louis area. To find out more about that, you can visit dinnerlab.com. Actually, they said they had like dinner at a lot of cool places. One was on a helipad, which was
Okay,
kinda
that would be kind of neat.
awesome though, like for like a private like date.
That would be
kinda
neat.
thing. Would be awesome. Like
Could you do
art
it in a hot air
museums,
balloon?
where the wind and stuff.
I think that would be cool.
Is it wind when you've been
Yeah,
up? It's
yeah.
wind, very windy, right?
No, it's not. I mean,
Very
if it's a windy day, you can't take your hot air balloon up.
And how would you?
That's
what if
rule
you-
one of hot air balloon fighting.
Like a pic, that'd be a cool picnic, like the ultimate
Right?
picnic.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Right, that would be really
We got plans. This is really cool. Are you ready for this?
I am.
All right, guys, gather around. The first ever St. Louis Blues theme night
on,
at
guys.
Busch Stadium is happening. It's September 21st. The first St. Louis Blues pregame at the Scott Trade Center will be the 22nd. So this is obviously the day before. It is to launch the Blues 2015-2016 season. Fans attending the Cards game, it's right there on your screen, are going to receive this limited edition Blues theme Cardinals cap. And of course, there's opportunities before the game to get Blues and Cards alumni autographs. There's going to be additional prizes and surprises throughout the game, and like special ceremony at the beginning of the game to introduce the Blues roster to everyone.
You'll probably be involved in
I
that.
will be there. I will definitely be there covering it, at least for the St. Louis Blues. So that's
She's modest.
awesome.
She's probably
I'm
running
definitely
it.
going to be there. Now, the Cardinals players are going to be wearing St. Louis Blues themed jerseys. They're not really jerseys because they're sweaters in hockey world during batting practice, and they'll be auctioned off later to benefit Cardinals Care and the St. Louis Blues 14 Fund. If you want information on that, and I know you want to go to that, you can go to stlblues.com or there's the Cardinals one on your website. But I suggest you go to stlblues.com.
Or the Cardinals one,
So
either
you can
one you
sign
wanna go
up
to.
for this one. But you can go to that, and the hat's really cool. I actually like the blue St. Louis Cardinals hat
I like that.
logo.
That's a cool hat.
But
That's a
here,
cool
I'm going to have to get on my soapbox for a second,
Made
all
it a
right? You
cap.
ready? Ready for my soapbox?
I am.
We, the St. Louis Blues, I am now we.
All right.
St. Louis Blues had a Cardinals theme night.
Yep.
And in that, we gave away a shirt to the
Uh-huh.
fans. It said Cardinals and had two tiny Blues logos. That hat
Yeah.
says Cardinals with a tiny blue.
But,
So it's not fair. It should be like Blues, oh yeah, and Cardinals.
but hockey is probably really, really cool. I think more people just.
Listen, I don't
Baseball is
care.
a more
I don't care what more
popular-
people know because it's boring and you can't easily follow baseball. That's what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about
I
is
don't necessarily.
the fun.
Baseball's all right. I mean.
I just think if
it's
you're
all
gonna
right.
do
It's
a
kinda-
joint
It's
thing.
kind of boring to me sometimes.
Okay, I'm
I
done.
just say
I'm off
that.
my soapbox. I still want the hat.
And other
I'll be
sports
at the
news,
game.
the Rams. I like football though. I like football. The Rams cheerleader Candace
is cool.
Valentine received a surprise of a lifetime Saturday night during the Rams preseason game against the Colts. Her husband is a first lieutenant. August Valentine made a surprise return home. The Rams played a video message from August to Candace, and she turned around and found him walking towards her on the field.
So
like
cute.
the Facebook videos, like 1 million likes when the
So cute. Well,
husband
actually,
and the
Cosmo
son run up
magazine,
and
like,
hug
they're
the-
online, they posted it. There it is
Yeah.
right there on your screen right now. She was definitely
I say,
surprised.
I say that's not a husband. Who's that?
No,
Who is
that would be Rampage, not her husband. She just
There she goes.
there he is right there. How cute is that, right?
That's cute. That is cute.
Cosmo magazine put it up on also on their website to show everyone.
I thought they were about to play some of the game just now. It looked like
You're
they
gonna
were about
watch
to-
part of the game.
I would have watched the football game.
So I thought it was really cute too. Now some people say that they thought that she should have kissed him, but they're both. She's at work, guys. I know cheerleader is like a sexy job. That's work. You don't kiss somebody while you're at work.
No,
Did you
no.
shove me off
She
the-
just. I'm sorry. Come back in the shop. He came from all the way around the world to. You gotta
still at work.
jump in his
You're still
arms.
at work.
She's a cheerleader. You can be a
still at work.
cheerleader.
You're still at
Cheerleaders
work.
jump and smile
You're at
and
work.
kiss and hug and stuff.
You're at work. I thought what she did was perfect. I thought it was great. It was I care. I'm happy.
Angela
and
just
I'm
taking
not
a woman's side, guys. But
All right,
moving
I'm going to
along now.
move along here. Lavoto has named the 11 best St. Louis suburbs to live in. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Number
Yes.
1 is Chesterfield, Missouri. They say the Chesterfield Mall is awesome. And of course, the Butterfly House with all the butterflies. Don't take my sister there. She hates butterflies.
Where is that?
That's the near the Butterfly. I think that's the amphitheater right there behind the mall there in
Right, I
Chesterfield.
got you.
Number 2 on the list is Clayton, Missouri. They say that what's cool about Clayton is that it's less than 10 miles from downtown. And of course, you have Shaw Park there. Number 3 is Dub G, good old Webster Groves. Gotta love Webster. They've got a really cool golf course. They also have Blackburn Park, and Webster and Kirkwood in high school take each other on in football.
Yeah.
It's the longest rivalry west of the Mississippi, that game is. So that's pretty cool. Gotta get your team pride.
Okay.
Number 4 on the list is known for its parks and trails. That would be Ellisville, and of course its community events and farmers market. Number 5 is Baldwin. and it's pretty cool. Meadowbrook is on that list, you know, with North Point and the Family Aquatic Center. Number 6, behind Webster Groves, but still on the list, is Kirkwood. Kirkwood, like I said, is in that Webster Groves rivalry, and they have a farmer's market there, which is pretty cool. Plus, they have a 93-acre nature park there in Kirkwood you can check out, which is pretty neat. And then we've got some other stuff on there.
Regarding the SIUE, you got Historic Wiley Theater in Brentwood, Missouri.
Yeah.
A lot of other cool places here in St. Louis.
Muscuda, Illinois was also on the list for you Illinoisers, and Columbia, Missouri was on the list, the last one on the list. It was tied with Manchester, Missouri, which is pretty cool.
And they based all this on the amenities per capita, the standard of living, total crimes per 100 kilometers, the unemployment rate, and the average commute time. So that's how they compiled that list.
That list, that's a pretty good list. So if you want to live in the city but not in the city, maybe you should check those places out.
There we go. If you are coming from the Edwardsville area, the Glen Carbon area to be exact, there's a finalist for the 2nd annual Runner's World event.
Yeah, it's a cover search. He's a finalist to be on the cover.
Of the right. There's more than 1,600 entries, and the finalists were chosen from a pool of 100 semifinalists. Despite a tragic childhood, his father.
This is horrible.
That is horrible.
That's a sad news.
But he is persevering though. Despite a horrible childhood, his father left his mother when he was.
Father killed his mother when he was 7.
Killed his mother when he was 7.
Yeah.
And he spent time in children's shelters and lived on the streets. He then graduated from school and joined the Marines. That's an impressive story already.
Yeah, and that's where he apparently fell in love with running.
Right. He now a father and an analyst for Boeing. Man, this guy's amazing. He's run over 60 marathons and at least one in all 50 states and strives to lead by example. The winners will be revealed October 29th on the Today Show. You can find out more information about that at runnersworld.com.
I hope he wins, because man, that story is like...
That's a heck of a story. But if he doesn't, it's still going to be a really
But still
nice...
really cool. Good for him. If you know him, high five him for me. All right, there are 66 reasons to love St. Louis. That's hard to say. A new
66.
There he goes. 1,200 square foot mural is on the wall there at KDHX in the Grand Center. Now this was commissioned by Phillips 66, hence the 66 reasons. It's by a local father and daughter team. It's Robert and Lisa Fishbone. Now the list of the 66 reasons to love St. Louis was unveiled Tuesday. The list is designed to inspire St. Louisans to explore some places that maybe you don't normally know about. They're showing you right now, painting the mural right there. Some of the cool stuff on there is, Sumner High School, Firecracker Press, the delis, just some cool stuff on there that you can check out.
I always wonder how they got graffiti on really high places like that. But if it wasn't like a thing, but sometimes it's not a thing. It's sometimes just a street artist kind of.
No, you're talking about like
very high.
You're talking about the illegal ones that just happen to be up there. Yeah.
You didn't have to say illegal. Now I'm the illegal guy.
You're just happy to be here.
No, I'm just happy to be here. All right, moving along.
It's awesome. We're gonna move on down to the startup company.
All right. And another reason to love St. Louis, innovative startups, entrepreneur Ray Costaciano is a Table Wisdom. He's a young immigrant with seniors to help language barrier inspired by 2 events. They're learning English as a teenager who had immigrated from the Philippines and dealing with the frustrations of a new language and later spending 8 hours a day for 6 weeks tending to his father in a nursing home and seeing the isolation. Many residents experienced Table Wisdom finale and seeing a video of Chicago seniors Skyping with Brazilian kids for conversational and English sessions. Table Wisdom is a social enterprise which seeks to connect recent immigrant young adults to elderly and retirement communities.
It's a really, really cool thing that you definitely have to check it out. Face-to-face meetings are really important there. Unfortunately, Colin and Angela love each other so much that we just talked, and now the show's already over. The show's over.
I probably butchered that last.
No, you did fine. You did great. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Of course, you can follow us on Instagram as well, and our YouTube channel, and go to the Daily Mix at stltv.net and experience St. Louis. We'll see you next time.